This is the book of Esther, a story of intrigue, courage, and God's providence. In the ancient kingdom of Persia, modern-day Iran, nestled within the bustling city of Susa, lived a young Jewish girl named Hadassah, or Esther. She lived with her cousin Mordecai in humble lodgings near the royal palace. Life was simple and peaceful for Esther and Mordecai, but their quiet world was about to change forever. King Xerxes, also known as Ahasuerus, had thrown a 6-day banquet in the royal palace, inviting all the nobles and dignitaries of his vast empire. The king's wife, Queen Vashti, was invited to be the center of attention at the banquet. But Queen Vashti refused. On hearing this, the king was furious. How dare his wife defy him? He couldn't just let it slide, so he decided to hold a contest. All the young women in the kingdom were brought to the palace to find a new queen. Each maiden was judged on her beauty and grace, and the winner would become the new queen. Meanwhile, Mordecai begged Esther not to participate in the contest, fearing that it could put her life in danger. But Esther, who was being raised as a Jew, hid her identity, claiming to be merely a servant of the king. Her beauty was so radiant that she captured the attention of King Xerxes. He chose her to be the new queen and placed the crown jewels on her head. And so Esther, the Jewish girl from humble beginnings, became the most powerful woman in the kingdom. Yet there was one thing she couldn't reveal to the king. She kept secret her Jewish heritage and her relationship to Mordecai. Day after day, Esther lived in the palace, surrounded by luxury and power, but always aware of the precarious situation she was in. Then came the turning point in her story. King Xerxes hosted another grand feast and invited all the nobles once again, along with Queen Esther. But this time, there was a sinister presence among the guests, a man named Haman, who held a grudge against Mordecai for not showing proper respect to him. In a fit of rage, Haman convinced the king to issue a decree that all the Jews in the kingdom should be wiped out. The king, unaware that Esther was Jewish, signed the death warrant without realizing he was signing his own doom. As soon as the decree was issued, a great wave of sorrow and fear swept through the Jewish community. Men, women, and children mourned their impending doom. And when Esther learned of the terrible plot against her people, she was torn. She had to take action, but how could she expose herself and risk losing her crown? For 3 days, Esther fasted and prayed for guidance. Finally, she made a decision. She would confront the king, even if it meant risking her life. According to the laws of the kingdom, it was forbidden to approach the king without being summoned. If Esther dared to appear before him unannounced, she would be put to death. But she knew that she had to try. She had no choice. She went to King Xerxes, who was reclining on his royal couch, adorned with ornaments of gold and precious stones. As the king looked up to see Esther standing before him, his heart skipped a beat. For a moment, he couldn't speak. He had never seen anyone so beautiful. Slowly, Esther began to speak, revealing her identity as a Jew and explaining the terrible plot against her people. Oh, King Xerxes was shocked. He couldn't believe that someone would betray him like this. And when he realized that the person behind the plot was none other than Haman, his trusted advisor, he was filled with remorse. In a fit of rage, King Xerxes ordered that Haman's plans be thwarted, and that he himself would lead the celebration of the Feast of Purim, which commemorated the deliverance of the Jews from annihilation. And so the Jewish people were saved from certain death, all thanks to the bravery of one woman. Let's take a moment to really soak in the magnificence of these visuals. Look at the grandeur of the palace, the intricate details in every scene, and the stunning costumes worn by the characters. Now let's pay attention to the music. It's more than just a background score. It's an integral part of the storytelling. Notice how the music elevates the emotions of each scene, making the action more thrilling, the drama more intense, and the celebrations more joyous. It's not just the visuals and the music that make this video special. The voice acting is top-notch as well. The narrator's voice keeps us engaged and immersed in the story. Their ability to bring the characters to life with their voices is truly commendable. Now let's delve deeper into the story. After Queen Esther revealed her Jewish identity to King Xerxes, she undoubtedly faced a perilous moment. Approaching the king without being summoned was a serious offense, and her life hung in the balance as she risked it all to expose Haman's wicked plot. But Esther wasn't just any ordinary woman. She was a true leader, courageous, and determined to protect her people. As she stood before the king, her heart pounded in her chest, but her voice remained steady. With every word she spoke, she revealed the depth of her character. On the other hand, Haman, the antagonist of the story, slithered through the palace halls like a venomous snake, scheming and plotting to destroy the Jews. His hatred knew no bounds, when he was willing to stop at nothing to achieve his wicked goals. The confrontation between Esther and Haman was inevitable, and when it finally happened, the tension was palpable. These two figures from different worlds collided in a battle of wits, courage, and determination. Amidst the unfolding drama, King Xerxes found himself torn between his love for his wife and his sense of justice. He grappled with the shocking revelation of Esther's Jewish identity and the realization that he had been deceived by Haman. As the plot thickened, Esther's cousin, Mordecai, played a pivotal role in guiding her and supporting her cause. His wisdom and experience proved invaluable as they worked together to save the Jewish people. The climax of the story arrived with the grand feast where Esther made her final plea for her people's survival. The fate of the Jews rested on her shoulders, and she didn't falter. With unwavering determination, she exposed Haman's treachery and called for swift and decisive action. And when King Xerxes unmasked Haman's plot, the tables turned dramatically. The once powerful and arrogant Haman found himself at the mercy of the very king he had manipulated. The downfall of this cunning villain was swift and merciless, leaving no doubt in anyone's mind that justice had prevailed. The entire Jewish community erupted in joy and celebration as they learned of their deliverance from annihilation. The streets rang with laughter, singing and dancing as they rejoiced in their newfound freedom. Throughout the course of the story, Queen Esther emerged as a true hero. Her bravery, intelligence, and compassion made her a role model for the Jewish people. She had risked everything to stand up for what was right, and in doing so had become a symbol of hope and resilience. After the harrowing ordeal, Queen Esther continued to reign over the kingdom. But she did so with a renewed sense of purpose. She used her position and power to protect and uplift her people, ensuring their welfare and happiness. So remember, dear viewers, the story of Queen Esther reminds us that courage and determination can triumph over hate and prejudice. It's a timeless tale that continues to inspire people of all backgrounds to stand up for what they believe in and to fight for justice and equality. If you're moved by the message of this video, we invite you to show your support. Your likes and shares will help spread this story to a wider audience, allowing more people to discover the inspiring message of courage and resilience that Queen Esther embodies. Would also love to hear from you in the comments below. What resonated with you the most about Queen Esther's journey? Let us know and let the discussion begin. As we bring this cinematic journey to a close, we want to express our deepest gratitude for your incredible support. Your presence has been a source of strength, and we're excited to continue sharing captivating stories from the Bible with you. Don't forget to join us next time for a new adventure. Till then, may the spirit of Queen Esther's bravery and resilience live on in your heart.